Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. You can reach me at Erica S. Williams on Twitter. Today I'm talking about excuses. Thing I hear all the time. It's too crowded. The market's too oversaturated. There's too many people already doing that network marketing thing. There's too many people already doing real estate. There's too many people already doing that. But guess what? It's an excuse. Because some of the best freaking real estate agents came out of times when there was recession. They've just worked their networks. They've worked their sphere of influence of the 100 people or 1,000 people around them or in their town. Saying it's too crowded is an excuse. 4-hour work week. It's all over the whole freaking world. It started a movement. There's all kinds of people from my college age who, just die hard 4-hour work week book readers. I go in Barnes & Nobles, and there are a group of 20-somethings who have no idea, as I'm talking to them, what the 4-hour work week is, or who Tim Ferriss is, or what is that? What is the 4-hour work week, Erica? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you kidding me? It's a movement. It's a change in how you work. It's a book that's changed people's lives. It's a book that's drove people to sell on Amazon, eBay, online websites, automate their lifestyle and travel. But these kids didn't know that. So what does that mean? That means there's more room than you ever imagined. So what? 1 million people have your book. There's 3 million Americans in this country. So if you just hit 1 million, that's barely a percent. That's not even 1%. 1% would be at least 3 million people buying your book. 3 million people and 3 million book sales. We don't hear of many people doing 3 million book sales. I'm pretty sure the 4-hour work week has sold 1 million books, but just the thought process that I was in a library, in a Barnes & Nobles, with young people who have access to a computer and they had no clue what 4-hour work week was, but they were in the business section. That shows me there's so much freaking opportunity out there for you as a business book writer, as a business entrepreneur, as a speaker, and as a lifestyle thinker or provoker of change. There's people out there who don't even know who Tim Ferriss is. And I think what happens is we get on Facebook and we get in these little associations and marketing companies and groups, and we think because everybody in our little group knows who Tim Ferriss is, everyone should know who Tim Ferriss is. Everyone should know how the 4-hour work week is. But there are people in America who literally are depressed and near suicide because they can't find a job, and it never occurred to them to take some of their unemployment check and start a business with it. That's how serious that is. That these people don't even have the concept to be like, man, I need to go to Barnes & Nobles. I need to go read some business books and figure out totally what's going on. You know what I mean? Like they just aren't there yet. So there's an opportunity for you to reach those people. Grant Cardone and Lewis Howes, another one's of my favorite. I have a business teacher who was talking to me, and she was talking about LinkedIn and going on about LinkedIn. And so I start mentioning Lewis Howes to her. And she had no clue who he was or what he represented. Literally, this woman was teaching us about LinkedIn and had no clue who Lewis Howes was. I literally almost just got up and shook her. I was like, you are teaching a business class to a bunch of future business degree students and grad students here in this room, and you do not know who Lewis Howes is. He has wrote multiple books and studies and trainings on how to use LinkedIn. He has a great life story, yada, yada, yada. But there again, here I am in my little cubbyhole thinking everyone should know who that is. Everyone should know who Lewis Howes is, right? Common sense. Same thing with Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, 10x your life, wrote 4 books. He's moved his company from California to Miami. He's done amazing things. He's buying up real estate right now. But I was talking to 5 different people from Florida the other day, down the street, an hour away from where his main headquarters is, where his show is, where he's putting on Whatever It Takes network, and they didn't know who Grant Cardone was. They did not know. I told them something new. So even as massive as Grant Cardone is, it's like you get into your little circles and you think that person is the pinnacle of that circle. There are still people who do not know who that is. So what does that mean? That means there's still ability for you to go on LinkedIn and dominate it and write about it and talk about it and train people. Because even though Lewis Howes is a known name for LinkedIn, there are people who don't know who he is. Even though Grant Cardone is telling you to 10x your life and it's everywhere, there are people who don't know what that means when I tell them to 10x their life. When I tell them to get their hustle muscle, then I tell them to get their grind on. There's some people who don't know who Eric hip hop preacher is. Eric Thomas. They don't know who that is. They're like, who's Eric Thomas? I'm like, oh my God, this guy's run around the country. He's been on commercials. He's speaking in stadiums. He's speaking overseas, but you don't know who he is. What does that mean? There's ability and space for you in the capitalistic market we live in. That means there are still millions upon millions of people for you to go into their homes and speak to them via their computer. There are millions of people you have not tapped into yet. That is what that means. That means if you're let's be honest, if you're an African American speaker, I've seen African American speakers 3 or 4 talking on the same exact thing, but speak to different crowds and go to the same cities and reach completely different audiences and be talking about the same thing: love, relationships, business. And it blows my mind because that's how big the market is. That multiple people can be the spokespersons for different groups of people and different topics, and their markets still don't touch. Have 1 million Facebook followers and they not be the same Facebook followers. Have 1 million YouTube views and it not be the same people viewing the YouTube page. It is possible for you to go on YouTube today, even though people think it's hard, and you work the crap out of SEO, and you work the crap out of that YouTube page and get you 500, and Grant Cardone says get you 1,000 videos. And it's possible. If you're doing, 10 little videos a day for 30 days, that's 300 videos. You do that for 3 months, that's almost 1,000 videos. And if you have topics you want to talk about or things you can discuss, it is a potential there to grow that area of your life. I love speaking with other entrepreneurs who are doing things all over the whole United States because it does nothing but encourage me and push me up to get my investment dollars up and get away from that baby money, as Grant Cardone says, and get some real money and go invest with some of these people because they're actually doing things and get a piece of the pie. America, they always like, oh, the pie is shrinking. It is not shrinking. It is shrinking if you're lazy. It is shrinking if you're hoping a job's going to pay you $75,000 a year coming out of college and you don't have the skills to even get that job. It is shrinking for those people. It is shrinking for the lazy. Even when the economy's great, people love Bill Clinton. They love talking about Bill Clinton, how good Bill Clinton years were. They love talking about Bill Clinton because they go, Bill Clinton was the good years. Yeah, Bill Clinton was the good years because lazy people could make money. Lazy people could just show up to work at a factory still. Lazy people could do anything because they needed to work. Now they don't got time for that. Now there's more immigrants coming in this country. There's more young people coming in this country, and they're willing to work for less and work harder than you. You gotta wake up, people. Wake up to this. Marie Forleo. I love Marie. New Jersey. Google her. Marie Forleo, New Jersey. Just Google those 2 things. I mean, she's had a great career. She does a great show. It's impactful. It helps entrepreneurs. And she always says, but you have that special something only you can give. And it's true. It's true. I'm telling you, people, if you have a $300 product on your website, it is your launch product. Like $300 is your top level of your product on just one product on your website. And you sell that $300 product to 1,000 people in 1 year, that's $300,000. $300,000 in your pocket. And that's just 1,000 people. I'm not saying there's 300 million Americans. And let's say you affect 1%. That's 3 million people. Let's say you only reach 1/4 of that percentage. And that's 750,000 people. But you don't even need that many people. You're not a rapper. You're not an artist. I mean, if you are an artist, that's great. But guess what? If you're an artist, you have a $10 product, you only need 10,000 people, baby, get you your $100,000. But you have to figure out a way to get there. There are so many rappers now that won't even sign record labels because they have been promoting themselves, traveling on tours around the country, and selling CDs for years at this point. So what is a record label to them? A record label is honestly for people who are so damn lazy, they won't go get it themselves. They won't go book the schedules themselves. And when I meet artists now who are like, Erica, I'm an artist, but I can't get a contract label. Bullshit. You go out and you go book those tours. There's people like Ryan Leslie teaching people how to book tours all over Europe. And you're telling me as an artist, you can't book a tour yourself? You can't go find a manager to help you make sure you get on planes and make sure your luggage gets there? You can't pay him a piece of that money. Come on, people. It's called, it's an opportunity there. Do you want it? Do you want it? $300 product, 1,000 people. You could go in your hometown and talk to 1,000 people and sell a $50 product. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go, and that's what people are like always talking bad about network marketing. But the funny thing about network marketing is if that person's persistent, and there's tons of people, Chad Thompson, 2 people a day for 5 years. He's met 2 new people a day for 5 years, and his pockets are overfilling. Zig Ziglar always says, you help enough people get what they want, and you will get what you want. It is so true. You have to go out there and you have to go fight for it. So what is the point of this video? It's the point of saying now is the best time ever. Now, if you're a minority person, if you're Asian, white, black, woman, mom, whatever, the internet is the greatest equalizer out there. You have the opportunity to get out there and use the internet to your ability. You can get on Facebook, LinkedIn, associate groups, meetup groups, YouTube. There is massive room at the top. People are searching for people with information, encouragement, and skills. You could go on LinkedIn today and go out there and create a group. And it'd be a great group, and you market to people and you grab people and pull people into that group. Not pull marketing, but not push marketing, but pull, where people see, wow, that person's striving, fighting, going for something. I'm going to join this group so I can learn more. Facebook, I see it every single day. People living amazing lives, making $100,000 a month. Finally, spending money on Facebook advertising, boom. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are following them. Thousands of people want to do something better. And so it's so very important to not get in that little mindset. There's so many real estate agents in Austin, but guess what? Only 10% are making 90% of the money because they are consistent. They go out every single day and hit the hammer every single day. And that's the difference. That's the biggest difference. So you have to decide. You have to decide, is now the time for me? Am I going to get up off my ass and I'm going to go out there and create something and promote it? And so I told people, man, it's so hard making 1,000 YouTube videos. It actually isn't quite hard because every day there's information feeding to my mind that goes, I have to tell other people about this. I have to inform them. I have to share it. And I pop out videos every single day like that. It's quite easy. So decide for you if that's where you want to be, if that's where you're trying to grow, if that's what you're trying to do. This is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. There is a massive amount of room at the top, people. The roads are empty at the top. That's why some people say it's lonely at the top, because there's not many people wanting to grab. Everybody wants the low-hanging fruit. Everybody wants to be an Instagram star instead of really providing value for people. So, again, you can reach me at www.classyclimbblog. You guys have a great day.